Okay, Assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to share with you on the last topic, that is approaches to profit reporting. Okay. Now, when you say profit reporting is something that you have done in Sochi, okay, where actually you have done it in financial accounting. Alright, when you say profit reporting, you prepare the in Sochi is actually for you to get your net profit or net loss. You're trying to find your net profit or net loss. So what we're going to do in this topic is that we are going to, let's look at the learning objective. First one is we're going to explain and differentiate between what is new in this topic is on marginal costing. In short, we call it MC, and absorption costing. In short, we call it AC. Now, both of these are the approaches, right? The approaches that we can use, okay? Approaches or method that we can use, all right? In preparing our financial report, right? Now, secondly, when you prepare both of these, marginal costing and absorption costing profit report, there will be, where we come to number 2, that is, we're going to compute the net profit or loss by using marginal and absorption costing approaches. Okay, when you prepare these two types of statement, there will be, when it comes to number 3, there will be a difference. So we're going to look on and explain what, okay, why is there a difference between the marginal net profit and the absorption net profit. And we are also going to look how are we going to prepare the profit reconciliation statement. And of course, the last one will be on the advantages and disadvantages of using the two approaches. Okay, let's go to the topic. Now, on the introduction 7.0, we will look at when we use the AC and MC, both of these two methods will have, we have to determine what is called as the product cost. Okay, so there will be a difference in terms of the product cost by using these two approaches. And when you use these two approaches, the differences, it will affect, the effect that you can see on the differences are, first one is on the evaluation, inventory evaluation, and the second one is on the net operating income. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the absorption costing first before we go to the MC, marginal costing. Let's look at absorption costing, or another name is called full costing, whereby you are going to value your stock, and this is going to be used for the external profit reporting. Okay, if you still remember, when we learned on the first chapter on the differences of financial accounting versus cost accounting, whereby the financial accounting, financial report is used for the external users. Okay, external users. So, in other words, absorption costing, which you have been preparing all this while in your financial report, okay, is for the external users. So, in your financial accounting, okay, the report that you are preparing is actually the absorption costing. Okay. Whereas, okay, for marginal costing, another name is called variable costing. Okay, this is where you value your stock, and this is used for internal reporting purposes. So when you use for internal reporting, this is for the cost accounting in your first chapter, where your profit report that you use or any calculations that you do for cost accounting is for the internal users. Okay, so basically what we are doing in this chapter here, we have two methods. One is called AC, another one is called MC, and another name for MC is variable costing, and this is used for internal purpose for the internal users. Okay. Meanwhile, when we say AC, another name for AC is full costing. Okay, whereby the preparation of absorption costing is for the purpose of external users. Okay, alright. Now let's look at comparison between absorption costing and marginal costing. Now basically you can read both of these. My concern is, and also here you can see the purpose of MC is for internal management report, and for AC is for external financial reporting purposes. Now, let's look at product costs. Here we're going to look at product costs and also period costs. Okay, when you prepare your financial report, let's take a blank page. Now, what we have done in our first chapter, we did the calculation of cost statement. Okay, this is all revision. Now, to calculate the cost statement, we start from direct material, direct labor, and if you have a direct expenses, add up all these, and you will derive to the prime cost. Okay, then you add with all your indirect material, indirect labor, or indirect expenses, or another name is called production overheads. Right? When you add these two, you will get production cost, or you can also call it manufacturing cost, or another name also can be factory cost. Now, then we add with non-production cost. So what are the non-production costs that you can have? You can have selling and distribution. Okay, you can also have administration. Okay, this is overhead. Administration overheads. Right. Let me change color. Now, sorry, give me something. Now, when you add these two, production and non-production cost, you will derive to the total production cost. Sorry, total cost. Okay, you will derive to total cost. Now, what we have done so far, now usually in most of the questions, we have done the cost statements in terms of total. Okay, we got total direct material, total direct labor, total direct expenses, total, okay, it's all in terms of total. But here in this chapter, we will be very concerned. Our concern is to calculate the cost per unit. Okay, this is what we'll be doing in this chapter. We'll calculate the whole thing, okay, until cost, and it will be the cost, total cost per unit. Okay. Now, we also have done during the earlier chapter, the beginning chapter, that from your direct material until your production cost here is called product cost. Okay, and this part here is called period cost. All these are revision. Okay, we also have learned that change the color. Direct material is variable cost. Direct labor is variable cost. Direct expenses is also variable cost. And here, okay, for your production overhead, you will have variable cost plus fixed cost. Okay. For selling and distribution and administration overhead, it will depend on question. Sometimes you can have fixed plus variable, and here also can be fixed plus variable, or sometimes all of this can only be fixed cost. Okay, this is all your revision. Okay, let's go back to your page. Okay, now if you look at page 116, to calculate, okay, now we're going to calculate our product cost. Okay, this is your product cost, and this is also your product cost. Okay, and yet remember that we are trying to calculate for, this is your MC and this is your AC. Right, we're trying to calculate your product cost in terms of cost per unit, as I said here. Okay, I said here that we're trying to calculate the cost per unit. Okay, let's go back here. Here also we're trying to calculate the cost per unit. Now, let's look at marginal costing first. We have direct material, that is variable cost. We have direct labor, which is variable cost. We have variable production overhead, which is also variable cost. Meanwhile, in AC, you have same direct material, which is variable cost, that is variable cost, and variable manufacturing overhead, that is also your variable cost. But here you have additional, that is fixed manufacturing overhead, which is your fixed cost. Alright, so basically what you can see here is that the difference in the product cost between MC and AC is the fixed manufacturing overhead. Okay, so that's the highlight there. And this is your product cost. Let's go to your period cost. Now here we are on MC and this is your AC. Now what you have in your period cost, so where is your period cost just now in your cost statement? It should be this part here, right? Okay, so we go back to your module. Now fixed manufacturing overhead is fixed. Variable selling here is variable, and fixed selling and admin here is your fixed overhead. Here you have variable and this is your fixed cost. Okay. Now, if you look at the differences, okay, what are the differences between the period cost of AC and MC is that both have variable selling and admin. Okay. Both also have fixed selling and admin, but only marginal costing has the fixed manufacturing overhead. So what can we conclude here is, okay, under AC, the fixed manufacturing overhead is treated as product cost. Meanwhile, under manufacturing overhead, marginal overhead, marginal costing, okay, the fixed manufacturing overhead is treated as a period cost. So that's the two different treatment of marginal costing and absorption costing. So here you can see, okay, you can see that this marginal costing is for the internal user and this is for the external user. Okay. Now, what I would like to highlight here, if we use the marginal costing, the costs are classified according to the behavior. So where is the behavior here? Can you see this is the variable? Okay. The cost will start with variable. Here it starts with fixed manufacturing overhead. Here starts with variable. Here also start with fixed. And here starts with fixed. That means the fixed and the variable are the behavior of the cost. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, if we look at the absorption costing, okay, the cost are classified based on function. So let's look at the product cost here. The function here is the manufacturing cost. And if you look at the period cost, the function here is the selling and distribution overhead. And here is the administration overhead. So basically, these are the differences between marginal costing and absorption costing profit statement. Okay, I'm not going to touch on high and low method at the moment. We'll do that in the next part. Okay, we'll proceed to the example. Okay, sorry, the example. Sorry, we'll proceed to the income statement format. Okay, let's look at the format. Now, these two formats, this is one for absorption and this is for MC. Now, I believe this format is what you have done in your financial accounting. Now, if you see, this is both are the same. Okay, basically this part are the same. It's just that here under MC, we have what is called as gross margin instead of gross profit. Okay. In AC, we have gross profit. And under marginal costing also, you have another term that is called contribution margin. And of course, you minus with all, this is all your period costs. Okay, this is all your period costs. Okay, let me write it down. Okay, this is your period cost. Okay, this is also your period cost. And you will derive to the net profit. Okay, both will derive to the net profit. But the thing is, these two net profit will not be the same. Okay, and also if you realize in this format, you have what is called under AC, what is called here as over or under absorption. Absorption of fixed production overhead. Okay, so we'll see on how to calculate this one later. Okay. Now let's turn to page 122. Let's look at the example here. Okay, this is Wani Berhad makes one product, and these are the detailed cost statement which has the follows. So you have selling price and all the cost and also the net profit. If you realize in this question, the product cost here, the cost is all given in terms of cost per unit. Okay, now and also if you look at the question, you have the above unit cost, okay, is based on fixed factory overhead and fixed salary overhead are based on normal budget of 1,500 per unit produced and sold. And there are 500 units of stock at the beginning of January, and budget for the next 2 months are as follows. So they give you January and February, and the requirement of the question is that they want you to prepare the income statement for January and February using absorption costing and marginal costing. So before we go on, how do we prepare the statement? How do we answer the question? I need you to go through the question first, and I will answer this question in the next session or the next